As most of you all probably already know, I've been into prepping for a long time. I've been online talking about prepping since 2008. I have read thousands of comments. I have made thousands of videos, written hundreds of articles, got 5 books published. And during that time period, I've noticed a trend when it comes to prepping. And that is that most people aren't really serious. They look at prepping as entertainment. They like to watch the videos. They might buy, a gun. They might buy a few cans of canned food. They might spend a few dollars here and there and learn a few skills. However, they never really get serious, because if they were really serious, then they wouldn't take their money, anything they have extra, and go out on a vacation or go buy a bass boat or something like that. They wouldn't go in debt for a new ATV. They would take every dollar they have extra and spend towards preps, because they would be serious about this, and they would actually believe and actually know by looking at all the evidence that something bad, something major is 100% coming. Most don't do that, and when the politicians change, I see the interest in prepping change. But I have something that I have wanted myself for a long time now. I have wanted this for a long time because I knew that it would be a huge benefit to my survival. It's definitely a combat multiplier, and it's definitely can be useful for feeding yourself. This thing I'm talking about, and most people will click off when they see this because they don't want to spend the money, to get this. But in my opinion, it's definitely worth it, because you can do so much with this, and it will increase your security so much. It will increase your effectiveness at night. And what I'm talking about is this DNT Hydra 3-in-1 thermal scope. This thermal used to be $3,000 or more when you bought something good. That's why I couldn't afford it, but I really did want it because I knew it would definitely increase my chances of surviving what's coming. This is around $1,000, and so far it's worked excellent. I've had this about 2 weeks. I had this mounted on my rifle actually, but I took it off the rifle to do this part of the video because I'm going to go out tonight and I want to use this as a binocular and see what I can spot in the fields around here. So if I can see any deer, any bear, I'll put that in this video. But this right here, guys, comes in a nice case. It has an extra battery with this. It has some other accessories. It has the mount that comes with this. And I'm going to get the quick detach mount for this because I want to be able to use this for different purposes. And the quick detach mount, this mount here is the one that comes with it, and this is more of a permanent, and it's not permanent, but you can't take it off as easily without unscrewing the screws and taking it off. The quick release mount just has a lever that I can use, and I can change this out to different firearms. And one of the great things about this is it can be used as a binocular, or it can be used as a standalone scope. You can see here, this is what it looks like right here. Standalone scope, or you can put this in front of a regular scope. It can't be just any scope. It has to be it has to be a scope that has 1 power setting on it, because if you have like a 4 power, it's not going to work right. So you're going to have a low power scope, and you put that here, turn this on, and just look through your regular scope, and you can use it that way. It also has a feature where you can take and you can have different settings for 26 different firearms. So if you have this sighted in, and using this as a standalone scope, and you have this sighted in, which is very easy to do, you can sight it in with 1 shot actually, the way it's set up. But if you have different firearms and a quick release mount, you can have the different settings, and you can have it set inside the optic, and when you change different firearms, then you can change the settings and you already be on target. Just a couple of push here on these buttons, and it'll change your point of impact to fit that rifle. So that is great. If you're using this as a with, a standard scope. In front of that, there's a setting for that, and it takes the crosshairs out of this. If you won't see those, you'll see the crosshairs on your scope. But this thing here is actually pretty awesome. You see your on and off button here. You have your plus, and that will zoom it in, and it goes through up to 8 power. It's a digital zoom, so you'll lose some quality with that. You have you can actually do video with this, which is what I'm going to do tonight. You press this here, it has its own internal memory. So you press this button here to record video actually. This here you can press and hold this down and it goes through your menu settings. You can change different settings with this in use. So you can have red hot, black hot, different things with this right here, and you change this through. You can do this as you're using this scope because you might be able to get a better viewpoint by using this, depending on what the weather is and everything. This, your focus ring up here, you can focus this here to your individual eye back here in the back like a regular scope. The battery goes right here, just screws off, and it uses one of the longer batteries. I think I showed you that battery already anyways. But this right here, with a quick release mount especially, will be absolutely fantastic if you're a prepper. And if you're serious about preparing, getting something like this, should definitely be one of your top priorities. Of course, you need food storage and medical and things like that, but you also need to be able to protect yourself and to be able to hunt for game at night, because that's when a lot of game comes out. And it's a lot easier and safer to do that because everyone will be in the woods hunting during the daytime. And if you're out at night, this isn't legal, depending on what you're hunting. If you're hunting deer, you're not allowed to hunt deer at night. A shit hit the fan type situation, then it's not going to matter too much about the law. Survival poaching, there's a book about it that was written by Ragnar Benson back in the 1980s, I think that it was. Very good book. Get it, because you'll be relying a lot on doing things like that to actually survive what's coming, in my opinion. And even if it is, and I'm not advocating anyone break the law, because like I said, we're talking about a survival situation here, life and death. But it'd be definitely good for that. But I'm gonna put this, like I said, you can put this on 26 different firearms, sight each one in, quick release mount. You can change that out to different ones as you need them. But right now, I'm gonna put this on my Smith & Wesson M&P 22. You may be thinking, why would you put this on, a 22? I already have a scope on it and put this in the front and use this as a optic in front of my regular optic. You may be thinking, why am I gonna put this on a 22? Because right now, I'm more likely to use this to get rid of something trying to get into my chicken coop at night than I am in self-defense or going out and poaching, which I'm not going to be doing now because it's illegal and I don't need to right now. But in a survival situation, I may need to. But I can take this. If there's a raccoon trying to get into my chicken coop, if there's coyote, whatever, trying to get in, I can take this and I can see at night. Don't have to take a flashlight and shine, because you get a flashlight and your shine on a coyote, whatever like that, they're going to take off. This, you can actually see it and it won't see you. You can actually get it on target. You can actually pop and remedy that, because if you don't, it just keeps coming back. So that's why I'm going to put this on the M&P 1522 instead of a 5.56 AR-15. Now I can put this on it, like I said, very quickly. I'm going to sight this in on an AR-15. I'm going to put the settings, set that in this optic. That way I can change it out very quickly if I need to. So I can unscrew these 3 screws here and put it on the AR-15 and go in here and punch a couple of buttons right here on the top to put that, to get that set with the pre adjustments for that bullet impact on my AR-15, so I can change back and forth very, very quickly. But I'm going to get that quick release mount, so it'll be even quicker. Meaning I could take and have this on my 22 for, varmints and things here on the property. I can take that off, put that on the AR-15, go in here, do this as I'm looking through to get it set. Probably 1 minute, and I'm ready to use this on the 5.56 AR-15 rifle. Anyways, guys, we'll take this out tonight and I'll see what we can see with this in the fields around here, and hopefully we can see some white-tailed deer or maybe we can see, who knows, a black bear. There's plenty of those around here. But we're going to take this out and see what we can see, hopefully, like I said, and I'll play that at the end of this video here right now.